The Spy Who Loved Me is a 1977 film. It's directed by Lewis Gilbert, and we're now at 10 James Bond movies, and it's once again starring Sir Roger Moore.
Watch out!
The main villain this time is this guy, Karl Stromberg, and his plan is to use these nuclear missiles because he wants to start World War III. Great. His plan is to destroy most of the world so that he can start over with a new civilization and have everyone living underwater. Really?
Within minutes, New York and Moscow will cease to exist.
In The Spy Who Loved Me, I thought it was a pretty decent film. I liked how at the beginning, when M is looking for Bond and he's in the middle of a mission already, he tells Moneypenny to pull him out, and then you cut to James Bond having sex with a girl. I'm like, wow, that was clever. Then we get introduced to this Russian agent, Agent XXX. I know. She's played by Barbara Batch, and her character was smart. I like her. I like that we finally have a smart Bond girl, where she's, in a way, Bond's equal, because she is also an agent, but they're at rival organizations, so they're forced to work together because of this big threat. And I like that she has almost a confrontation with him at the beginning, where she shows that she's done her research. She knows everything about Bond. She even mentions the fact that he had a wife that was murdered. And when she said that, I said, wow, not only are we sticking with the continuity of the past films, even the George Lazenby film, but it was interesting to see that Bond does have sort of a dark past. And who knows, maybe that's why he won't ever settle down again and he is a big womanizer.
There's Anya on there.
I know, James. I'm sorry. I have to get her off. How?
I found it funny that Bond was pursuing this agent pretty hard. I mean, who could blame him? She was pretty hot. But then when he finally sleeps with her, this other girl who's with the villain comes in, and she's hot too, and Bond is instantly like flirting with her, even in front of XXX.
Well. A British agent in love with a Russian agent.
Your time's running out, Stromberg.
Yours too, Mr. Bond. Yours too.
The main villain I thought was kind of generic. I mean, don't get me wrong, his plot was pretty intense, but it's just the character I didn't think was that interesting. I think the most interesting characters of the story come from Bond and the agent, because when they do sort of fall for each other, there comes a point where the agent finds out that Bond earlier killed the love of her life.
In our business, Anya, people get killed. We both know that.
When this mission is over, I will kill you.
Then we come to one of the most interesting bodyguard henchman type guys. His name's Jaws, and he's this huge, like 7-foot tall guy. He has these metal teeth that he bites into people. And I know that he eventually shows up in later sequels and he ends up just being like a big threat to Bond. But in this film, even though I knew that, I was watching some of the stuff at the end and thinking, how does this guy survive this stuff? And even when I see him survive the crazy stuff, I still can't believe it. There was some cool action scenes, like at the beginning you see Bond skiing, being chased by these assassins. This totally reminds me of George Lazenby, except for I like Roger Moore better, and this was done better. Or how about that scene where you see just a whole bunch of Q's, various gadgets and what they can do. I'm like, wow, Q must be one busy fella. And speaking of Q, there was that car that Q gave Bond, and when they have that car chase, I thought it was awesome that he drove off into the water and then the car turned into like a mini submarine. So again, The Spy Who Loved Me I thought was a decent film. I do like Roger Moore once again. I feel like they were trying to take this a little bit more seriously, even though you gotta have your funny moments. I feel like Roger Moore is great at that. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of The Spy Who Loved Me. As always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See ya!